friends, thanks for joining me again for my Funfold Friday card tutorial videos. So today we're starting a new series. We're going to do Funfold Fridays again, but instead of doing it once a week, I thought maybe it was too much. I'm just going to come on to do my Funfolds on Friday once a month. So the first Friday of every month, make sure you check back and see what I'm going to share. So as in the past, I had used designer series paper and cardstock that may have been retired just to make it, it's just a card sample. It's not like the card that I would mail to anybody. So it doesn't look that pretty. Colors and papers might not match, or they might, depending on what I have on hand. So I do have another card to share with you today, and I can't wait to get started. Again, my name is Maria Robinson. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Here in the United States. My YouTube channel is Stampin' Simply with Maria. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you subscribe. If you are one of my current subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you taking the time from your busy day to watch my videos on card making tutorials. So basically what I'm doing is we'll do the Funfold. And then on Tuesday, when is my usual video day, I'll either put that card together with the pretty papers, or I'll share something else. So we're going to get started now. So for today's card tutorial, I'm going to make a slimline card. And it does fit into a number 10 business envelope. The envelope is a little bit big, I found, so I like to create my own envelopes, but it will fit into a standard size, business size envelope. I'm not sure if it's called a number 9 or a number 10. I always get them confused. But the finished card, once it's put together, is basically, it's like 3.5, I think, or 3 3/4 by 8.5. So I do have some pieces cut out already. So I have a sheet of 8.5 by 10.5 cardstock. And this is a retired color. It's Blushing Bride. So I figured I'd use that. And then I have designer series paper, just one of these. This is cut at 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then I have 4 pieces of designer series paper. These are each cut at 1.5 inches by 8 1/4 inches. You'll need 4 of those. And then I just used the scrap pieces for the belly band. This was like a 1/2 inch from the 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. And then this was just a piece from the designer series paper that I had left over. All right, so let's set those aside. Let me bring my paper trimmer in. I love this paper trimmer. It's really very helpful, intuitive. I love the arm that comes out. Let me bring that so you can see it. And what I really like is that, so it's got the 2 blades. You have your cutting blade here, and then you have your scoring blade. The scoring blade is the lighter shade, and then the darker one is the cutting blade. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to slide that to the top. Keep it out of the way because we're just going to be using the scoring blade. All right, so first I want to score this on the 10.5 inch side. We're going to score at 1 3/4. Again, keep that cutting blade out of the way. 3 1/2. 7 inches. And lastly at 8 3/4. So the Stampin' Trimmer also has a lip on top and on the bottom, so it keeps it nice and flush against here, and you know that you're getting the perfect measurement. All right, so I'm going to close this up. We're done with the cutting board. I'm sorry, the paper trimmer, not the cutting board. that will be in cooking. So we're going to fold this in a mountain, a valley, a valley, and a mountain. All right, and then they should meet up together. Now you'll notice it is off a little on the one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoot the paper over before I burnish it. With my bone folder. Burnish that. Give it a nice crease. You want to crease all the folds. And we'll do the same on the other side. So when the card is folded, it measures 3.5 inches by 10.5 inches. Right? Is that right? Yes, 10.5 inches. No, I'm sorry, 8.5. So 3.5 by 8.5 inches when it's closed, folded. All right, so let's put these pieces down. And these strips are just going to go on the panels. And they're all the same size. And it will leave a little bit of a border for you all around. I'll speed up this process so you're not sitting here watching me glue, since I'm sure you all know how to glue by now. All right, and there you go. That last piece, it seems I didn't cut it down correctly. So I just cut that 1/8 of an inch off. So there you have it. It's like a gatefold card, only in Slimline. So next, I'm going to add this piece here, and it goes right down the center here. And that again is 3¼ by 8¼ And then on top of that, I'll be adding a piece of basic white that measures 3 inches by 8 inches. Now you could make the, let's see, I see what I did. Anyway, I didn't cut this correctly somehow because there's too much of a border. So you could leave a smaller border if you don't want showing all the cardstock. You could make it in 1/8 of an inch. So like you could make these side panels here to be 1 5/8 inches by 8 3/8 inches. And then this center piece would be 3 3/8 by 8 3/8. And then I would put a piece of white cardstock, which I'm not going to do because I cut this incorrectly. But you get the idea. And then next I just have, these are the scrap pieces that I have for the belly band. So I'm going to adhere these together. And the belly band should be about 1 inch by 9 inches. Again, these are just scrap pieces that I cut off from the sides of the designer series paper and the leftover cardstock. Just trimming that just a little bit. And we'll adhere this to the center. Actually, no, I think it might be easier to add the glue here and then add the piece over it. And you can do this with cardstock as your base and then put the designer series paper over top of that. And then what I like to do is I like to put the belly band flat, and then I wrap it around, not too tightly though, because you want to be able to slide it up and down. And then when you're happy with it, sliding it up and down, you can add a little adhesive to this side here. Just a little. And then on the other edge here. This way you're assured that you've got the sides that you want to be glued together. And then what you would do is you would add something to the top of this, either a sentiment panel or some sort of a die cut image, just so that you're covering up that seam. And that's it. It slides up and down nicely, comes right off. So let me show you the measurements. You can take a screenshot of it. I'll zoom in for you a little. Whoops, that's out. We want to go in. Bring that down a little. Like so. There you go. Take a screenshot of that. So again, this is a slimline card. And once folded, it is 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and it fits into a business size envelope. Could be either number 9 or number 10, or you could make your own. When I come back on Tuesday and we decorate this, make it all nice and pretty, I will also show you how to make a slimline card envelope. Really cool. So gang, again, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for being patient with me during accounting season. I work for a tax accountant, or just a CPA, not a tax accountant. And it's really busy during the months of March and April, especially April. And I was kind of thrown off because I went away to London in March, and that really set me back. So too much to do, but I'm back, and watch for me once a month for my Fun Fold Fridays, and every Tuesday for my Tuesday card tutorial. Gang, have a great day. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.